Hello and welcome back to the Penno channel. You're joined by myself, Penno, and my bro Adam. Got to talk about what happened tonight. Aston Villa 4, AZ Alkmaar 1. What a performance it was in Europe. Bro, how you feeling about that?
Yes, bro. Good to be on the pod again. Good to be speaking about Villa. And yeah, buzzing after what was a brilliant result, but more importantly as well, a brilliant performance.
Yeah, it was an unreal performance and one that shocked me because I expected it to be a very difficult game. You know, AZ Alkmaar are unbeaten at home all season. They've got a fantastic record in Europe. Got to the semi-finals last year, being knocked out by West Ham. I was expecting an extremely tough game. They play good football. I watched one of their goals at the weekend. They had 26 passes with the goal. I was expecting them to keep a lot of the ball, but Unai Emery and Aston Villa got it spot on tactically. And as we go into the game and we talk about the goals, it was just a complete performance from start to finish. I thought West Ham was brilliant at the weekend, but this was right up there for a European game, which for me was our most difficult game within the group. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, really, really impressive, like how we played. I thought Ashe was interesting. I was expecting maybe Bailey to be pressing in the front two with Watkins, but it was Tillemans in like kind of like a new role, more advanced.
Yeah,
And yeah, he had his best game in a Villa shirt, bar none. So yeah, it
yeah,
was interesting to see him play that role. I thought our build up was good. I loved that one like passage of play where Martinez was just like, you know what, if you're not gonna come and press me, I'll
yeah,
just stand still. And like their fans started booing and everything. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, man, really, really composed. Thought Carlos was nice in the first half. Thought Lenglet really good. Some nice passes from him. And yeah, I thought Kamal was solid as well.
yeah. So with the lineup, there was four changes, wasn't there? We started off with Martinez, Cash, Carlos, Lenglet, and Digne. Then we played sort of like a three with Yuri Tillemans in the advance role, with Douglas Luiz and Kamara behind, and then McGinn operating off the right, and um, Bailey kind of off the left, off the right. Bailey was everywhere really. He had a fantastic game, or as a second striker with Watkins up top. But yeah, it felt like it was a 4-2-3-1 sometimes, or if it was in defensive shape, it was a 4-4-2 with Yuri Tillemans occupying the space just to the side of Watkins. But yeah, even from the off, the shape was really good. I thought defensively, for two centre backs, I don't think had played with each other. That's the first time. They possibly did. Did they against Mo Star? They might have started that game together. I'm not sure, or it might have been Konza. But yeah, I
No.
thought Diego Carlos and Lenglet were quality on the ball. Really controlled it. Uh, and as you said, when we started with Martinez, he was waiting for them to press. They were not engaging at all. But Martinez was calling. He was just like, "Well, we'll keep the ball then, and we'll wait for you to make the first move."
Yeah,
And
and what's
even
beautiful about that is their fans, when they start pressuring them, even if it's against the manager's tactics, their man are gonna start thinking, you know what, or maybe we have to do something. We can't have our fans booing us, so it works in our favour.
that's it. If you don't make a mistake from it, which we did a couple of times, we did get caught out. But if you don't, their fans start getting on top of them, and they did that from early because there's a lot of jeering at Martinez, but there's also jeering because they want their team to press and get the ball. But if they press at the wrong time, we'll just we'll just annihilate them. We'll just play through them. And for one of the goals, we did do that exceptionally well. But yeah, started off very well, and I think got to the point where we got the goal we deserved for how we were playing. We were just keeping the ball, and it was a great move. Leon Bailey that has a
Man on
chance
fire,
before that. Yeah, man on
man on
fire.
fire.
Unbelievable performance from him. But yeah, has an opportunity before that. And then the build up continues. It goes to Kamara, and I think Cash plays it across, but the ball bounces up, hits Leon Bailey in the chest, and then the strike, edge of the box, right footed, weaker foot. And the boy's on fire, man. He's absolutely flying at the minute. He's a joke. That link up play between him and Tielemans that we saw bits of towards the end of the game against West Ham, they were doing it again today. But that goal and that finish, wonderful goal.
Yeah, it was funny because he initially messed up the first chance. I think he was like a running behind.
Yeah, he
from
did.
our right hand side. I can't remember who played the ball, whether it was Cash or Carlos. But yeah, it was a great ball over the top, and he's one on one, and he kind of like panics. I don't know if he was
He
waiting for the
checks
keeper
back.
to go down. Yeah, he
Yeah.
takes it to the corner, he checks back, the ball plays, and as you said, like it continued. And that finish is special, man. That's a finish of a man in confidence on the weak foot as well. Like Bailey's not attempting those type of like shots
No,
if he's low on confidence.
no,
And the
not at
strike
all.
was sweet. The celebration cup in his ears to their fans, I thought was brilliant as well because they were trying to laugh at him for missing before. So
Mm,
yeah, man, really, really good goal and probably a deserved goal to be honest.
for sure. A few things with Bailey, and I think we forget with some of these players. Players like Bailey, they've had these nights before. They had Carlos's, your Lengleys. They've had these nights. So, if for Genk or by Leverkusen, Bailey's played in competitions like this, Europa League, Champions League, and they understand what the assignment is and how to play because it is a different level. Well, not in terms of level, but it's a different style of football in comparison to playing the Premier League. And sometimes those atmospheres as well from grounds in European ties are just another level to what they are in the Premier League. So I think a lot of the players are aware of that. And Bailey, a fit and injury-free Leon Bailey is some player.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see that this season that he's fully fit and available. And long may it continue because he's been quality this season.
He does make you panic a bit though when he does go down sometimes. I just love for Bailey just to get up straight away. But then the physio comes on and you're like, oh, not again. He can't catch a break. But thankfully this time he was all good. It was all
Yeah,
good,
he
man.
did. He did. And then he just got better from there on in. Again, the second goal is a fantastic. We've managed to nick the ball off them. They've played a pass out to their right hand side. We've nicked the ball off them. Ball's played into McGinn, and McGinn plays a wonderful pass. It's a ridiculous
It's
pass.
a ridiculous, it's a joke of a pass.
Unreal pass. And the defender gets it might be Martins in there, gets a little toe on it, I think, which kind of changes the direction the last second for Tielemans. But
So
it's a great.
did he get a toe on it? I
I
thought
think
the
the
ball
defender
like
gets. I think the defender when he puts it across gets a little nick on it. So Tielemans, that's why he has to adjust his touch.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
hits off. He hits off his like right foot, then touches it with his left, and then it's a great finish, straight through the keeper's legs and makes it 2-0. And another outstanding performance, another one of the top performances from me tonight. Playing in a further advanced role, it means that he has less defensive responsibilities and
Yeah.
possibly a bit more time to play. Um, you know, from what I've seen of Yuri Tillemans this year, he can get caught on the ball now and again. And if he's allowed to, if that happens higher up the pitch, it's not as devastating as if he's a sitting six or he's in a two in a pivot, but just in front of the defence. When he's further forward, he can do that because you're in the 10, you're trying to create things, you're trying to do a bit more, and tends to get a bit more license. And I thought he really stood out today as well. He had a great game. But yeah, what do you think of that second goal?
The second goal, man. We are transition specialists. We are perfectionists at transitions, at counter attacks right now. Like Emery has drilled these guys perfectly. McGinn wins the ball. He intercepts the pass because he reads it well.
Mm,
It's a poor pass. It's a shocking pass from their player. I don't know what he was thinking, but McGinn intercepts the pass. And I've said before, McGinn can be limited sometimes on the pitch in terms of like his overall game. But if you get this guy on transition, if he only really has to pick out one pass further forward and isn't like kind of like stalled by lots of different options, and it's on his left foot, he can make the killer pass. We saw it for Watkins' goal against West Ham, and we've seen it
Brighton
today. We saw it
and
against Brighton.
Brighton as well. That ball he played in the second half.
Yeah,
Watkins hat trick.
when he has one option and it's on his left foot and he looks up,
He's
he's a killer, bro. He's a
yeah,
killer. And
yeah.
The pass today was a joke. There was about 5 bodies in between. He managed to curl it around into Tillman. It's like, come on, that's ridiculous. And the finish is good as well because the keeper comes up quick and he can only really place it through his legs, and that's what he did. So
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
great finish.
Matt Ryan getting reminded of Premier League quality.
I know, yeah. We always used to beat Matt Ryan anyway when he was playing for Brighton, so just continuing on with that.
Just a little reminder that you can't escape us like that. Man. I thought it's going to be easy. Like, come on.
Yeah, great. Just a great goal, and that first half was exemplary. Apart from the one time where Bubba Kamara was playing like he did against Leicester that one game, took a few too many touches, got
Do you
caught in
blame him for
possession.
that?
It's a hard one because you could say there's 3 defenders around and the options aren't there, but I feel like we're systematic now where Kamara should know where his pass is before he gets the ball. So he should know where his options are. So it's a tough one because he does
Yeah.
dally on the ball instead of he could play. You saw how many times he played the ball first time in that first half because he knew where his options were, whether it was go to a centre back, go to Martinez, or go to the full back. And
Yeah.
I do think he just took the extra touch into the playing, but there were 3 men around him, and the
Yeah, I agree.
strikers.
I think carry on, sorry.
Yeah, just saying the striker got the ball and he should score really. Should be 2-1. But Diego Carlos does kind of well to put him off. He kind of swings a foot in front of him, not
Yeah,
looking to concede a penalty, but just to get in front.
that was a
And
good
that
recovery from Pollard.
possibly did put him off and made him because Emmy's a big target. So to beat him, you usually have to finish it well, especially in the one-on-one circumstances. And that just put him off. But yeah, apart from that, flawless first half, really good.
I'm pretty sure that striker's in like really good form as well.
He is. He's in very good form.
I'm just gonna get up his goals at the moment this season. So he's got
Greek international, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got 13 goals in 9 league games. So he's
on fire.
Moving like Watkins.
Yeah, absolutely on fire. And
yeah,
their team on fire.
Back to the Kamara incident. Like, I do feel we fell into their trap for that one. Like their setup and their pressing was good for that. It did feel like, okay, that's something we probably shouldn't have done. I do agree with Kamara. It was probably the extra touch then. And I noticed something. You know how we've been seeing Kamara in the right centre back position in the build-up play against like West Ham and Brighton. I'm now starting to think maybe that's a conscious effort from Emery to not have Kamara receiving with his back to goal centrally in front, because he's seen certain games where he loses the ball and it's like, So maybe that's a conscious effort from Emery to put him in. Still a quite pivotal position on the pitch, but it's less dangerous from that right hand side. And you'll have,
that's a great point because he gets to open his body. Then he can go in different ways. He's not playing with his back to goal. He's playing forward, and he can pivot to his left side or go back to Martinez. So that's a great point, especially when we're on 25 yards out from goal. Maybe a bit further forward, it's not going to, it's detrimental, but when he's so close to goal, it's difficult. But then again, it was one mistake. I saw him play 10 amazing passes throughout that first half when he was under pressure. So it's just one of those things you have to come to expect sometimes when you play with that style. And fortunately, we got away with it tonight. But yeah, going into the second half, then all you want to do, similar to the weekend when we 1-0 up, all you want to do is just continue, just hope the momentum continues. They're the home team. The fans aren't going to be happy. The team's not going to be happy. And, they might come out and really stick it on you. They had a few half chances, maybe. Nothing major. But then we go ahead and get the third. And that's my favourite goal. That is an incredible goal. That whole move is brilliant. The ball, we're playing with the ball at the back. I think Carlos is on the left-hand side. Carlos plays the long ball, doesn't he?
No, it was Lenglet.
Was it Lenglet? It was Lenglet.
Unreal football from Lenglet.
So Carlos gives it to Martinez. Lenglet takes a great touch.
The touch to separate himself to create the distance is so good. It's so composed. Like, genuinely, it made me so happy seeing him do that. And then the pass.
Pinpoint. And that's what we've got now. We've got 4 CBs who can ping a ball, pass a ball to feet. And that's what you need if you want to keep possession. And he's absolutely pinged it off Watkins.
Yeah.
And the touch to play in Tielemans is a joke. Touches it down to Tielemans, who then rolls in Bailey, and Bailey does a ridiculous Cruyff turn. Should probably score.
It genuinely fooled me watching. I thought he was just going to hit it with his left foot and see what happened. I got fooled by it, so
the defender got sent flying.
Now, man. Like, I know how Agüed feels because I was like on the halfway other side of the living room when he.
It's a low socks. Low socks Bailey's a different animal, man.
Oh yeah, he's
not ready for it.
I will say though, if he passes to Watkins instead of shooting off it, I think it's the best goal I've seen like in a while.
Ever seen? I don't know.
In terms of I'm exaggerating there definitely, but I mean in terms of like the complete move from our build-up play, enticing them into the press, enticing them to press us, building out around them. If Bailey fakes the shot, because Watkins is in space, I think Watkins was like kind of screwing it and passing initially. Bailey passes that and it goes in without them touching the ball like that. To I thought that would have been unreal. But the goal, it lands to him luckily for us, and he stood
Yeah,
us.
and Watkins he's just there. Things are falling to him. You know, when you're in a rich vein of form, confidence is flowing. He's always in the correct positions, and you're going to get your goals like that as well, where the ball's just right in front of you. It's an open goal from 6 yards out. He just slots it in. But yeah, that move, if you want to epitomise how Villa want to play under Unai Emery and how we do play under Unai Emery, that is the move. It's
We're
just
not afraid to go.
perfect.
We're not afraid to go long, and I wouldn't even
No.
call it a long ball. It's a long pass. It's
Yeah.
calculated.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pinpoint, precise as anything, man. Like it's just an amazing goal. Genuinely,
It's just a
really happy with
ridiculous
that goal.
goal. And that kind of killed the game off for me. At that point, the game
Yeah,
was finished, even though we went to get on another one and they scored. But the game was finished from that point. We just needed to get another early goal and just kill the tie off, which we did with the game. And then, yeah, Alkmaar, again, didn't really offer too much at all. And we go and get the fourth, and it is dreamland then. The fans were amazing. You could hear the fans throughout the whole game.
yeah. The fans are
They were
brilliant.
creating an unreal atmosphere. And yeah, even that fourth goal, Leon Bailey, just unreal.
Confidence, bro.
Unreal pass. John McGinn shows his strength against the centre back and just gets in front of him and sticks it away. Great for John McGinn to keep scoring and getting goals. You know, that's what's required. We need more goals from midfield positions, which we've been getting. So for McGinn to get another one tonight was really good, and then Bailey to add to his assist as well and his goal. Just an incredible performance, and it was fully deserved. Alkmaar didn't offer nothing. They had their goal, which was, a great finish, a really good
I
finish.
thought he was. I thought he was
Yeah,
okay.
that Sadiq, yeah, he was.
I think he's only like 18 years old as well.
Yeah,
So
I did see that.
really
He's
composed.
very young. But yeah,
Really composed finish that was.
that was an
Like
incredible
if you
finish. But
beating Martinez from that, far out, I think even Martinez, like when it went past him, he was just like, okay, yeah, that's a top finish. That is.
yeah, but going on the fourth goal, it's just a fantastic goal, and the football we're playing is just mesmerising. I mean, it's the best football I've ever seen, or I can remember. How we're playing with the ball, and we're just annihilating teams. It's mad. It doesn't seem real. I'm
And
not.
Bailey and McGinn got a bit of synergy now because that's the second time they've linked up down that side for a goal. They did it against
Yeah,
Everton at home. So
yeah. He's there. That's what McGinnis meant.
oh yeah, he's teaching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's
why.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Great goal from then. 4-1. But they offered nothing throughout that game. They didn't offer anything. Maybe when it got to 4-1.
They got a little bit of a spell there. Fans started backing them a
It's
bit, but it was
it's
more ball control
expected.
than
Yeah.
it was
It's
more ball
expected.
control than any real like chance creation, like any real like danger like that.
Yeah. Hazard Alkmaar are an established European team who have good history in Europe,
Yeah,
and for us to be 4-0 up, they make it 4-1. You're going to expect them to come on a little bit, the crowd's up, but they didn't really offer anything. They had one decent save from Martinez
yeah.
from their
No
striker.
half chances really.
Yeah, but there was nothing. There was nothing else. I think their XG was like 0.4 for the game.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they,
It was around
they
that.
may
Yeah,
have had they may have had more shots, but they just weren't in clinical areas at
the
all.
quality of the
They were
shots
pot
weren't
shots,
too.
no, going high and wide. The defensive performance from the whole team was spot on. It was brilliant. It really was. We only had 5 shots tonight and we scored 4 goals, that is clinical. That is very clinical. So yeah, outstanding performance and takes us top of the group. Well, joint on points. Leisure are top because they've won tonight, and the league goes on head to head. So
Head to
Leisure are
head, yeah.
top. Yeah, we're second, and then it's
Don't worry, bro.
most on Alkmaar.
When they come to Villa Park, bro, don't worry, man. We're gonna get that one back in blood, man. Like, I
We,
can't
we
wait
need
for that
we
game.
need
Like,
to we need
he's
to for
coming.
sure,
He's coming.
for
Yeah,
sure. Well, fantastic result. My man of them. I've gone from man of the matches. It's Bailey and Tillemans. That they're my man of the matches,
yeah,
and a notable performance for me was Lenglet because
yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the Lenglet signing, but if he's going to come into the side in European games and perform like that,
Looks
there's
so
nothing to say.
composed. He was just a composure for
Nothing
me.
to
Like
say.
even the first half, he had a little touch, and then he takes another one just to create some separation, and he'll pass the ball forward. He was just really composed, man. Like
He
genuinely,
was.
really impressive from Lenglet, man. Like he's surprised me a bit today.
Yeah.
I know it's only maybe like, I know it's a different competition, and he's had 0 minutes in the Premier League. I noticed that he hasn't actually come on in the Premier League yet for us because
No.
Pau Torres is the guy for that. But to then still have the mentality, you're from Barcelona, you come and you haven't probably started as many games as you probably might have liked, but to come in and just put that leisure display behind him, like yeah, really, really
Yeah,
good stuff.
and he was great in the Mostar
Oh,
game
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
I
good
thought he had
again,
a
most
really good game. Yeah, he had a really good game then. So he's had 2 great performances in the Conference League. Long may it continue, man, because, you know, the experience he does have, these are the games you need to step up. Same with Diego Carlos. This is
yeah.
in their nature. They've played this football for years. They're used to it, and that's what they've been
Shout
doing. Stick out
shout out to
Arsenal football.
Diego Carlos for one of his in the second half where the ball must have come out on the top and he's ran back, he's recovered well, and he's literally just bullied the striker to the other side of like the pitch so that Martinez can come and pick it up. And I just thought, yes, that's what we like to see, man. What we like to see. Using his strength
Oh,
correctly. He didn't commit a foul, just like really solid performance, man.
bro, imagine if you had the right foot of Carlos and the left foot of Pau Torres. Oh,
Special. Special.
the
Oh,
passes you could play. Oh,
oh yeah, and another thing, thankfully Konza has had a rest for like the first time
uh,
since he's joined the club. It feels like a
yeah,
well deserved rest for Konza, man. Like, that's good to see that we can still win without Konza as well. So
yeah, yeah. He wasn't required at all. I did think when Dougie went off, that's when the game when they got a little bit more into the game. I think they took
yeah,
him off for 4-0. It just shows how crucial he is to our play and how much of an amazing player he is. But yeah,
what
great
what did
result.
you, what did you make of the cameos then?
Um, I d- it's difficult for the times that the cameos are made because we're just cruising at that point. So it's like, you know, to do some defensive actions, I think, and just keep it tight. Uh, Zaniolo didn't get into the game for me when he came on.
No,
Um, not at all. Uh, Bert, Duran, then Donker, they just came on and just did what they had to do, really. Um, was that it? Did anyone else come on?
DRB I think come on as well.
Yeah, Diaby as well. Diaby didn't get into the game at all, really. It was just,
Well, I think
yeah,
Zaniolo came on at what was it like 63, so he
yeah.
got more time than the others. I wasn't impressed with Zaniolo at all tonight. I didn't think he got into the game, but more than that, he was just like he looked like he just didn't care. Like off the ball, like he wasn't tracking back or anything. He was just jogging, and then he just stood out to me a little
Mm,
bit. So yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that. Like you come off the bench, Bailey scored again. Like you'd think there'd be a bit of urgency to try and get your first goal or even get your first assist, but I didn't
Do you
really see
think
that.
they say this betting scandal and all that, and he's not proven guilty or anything? Is there any actual decent articles or decent journalists reporting on it? You think he possibly might still be involved, and there still might be a case against him, and he's not in the right headspace currently.
It's potentially a factor. Um, I'm not really seeing anything too different in levels of performance though before that stuff was released. I'm kind of seeing like the same
Mhm.
kind of thing. So I wouldn't say it could be like a major factor where there's been like this sudden drop in performance, but I'm sure he's human. It probably is affecting him to some level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I did read that. I think tomorrow he has to go to Italy
Oh, okay.
and come in front of the I don't know if it's a court they call it or like the Italian FA or whatever. He's got to come and explain himself. And reports saying he's been adamant that he hasn't bet on football. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so
quite even still game on Sunday. If that's the case, and it's quite a bit of travelling, isn't it, to Amsterdam,
yeah,
then to
I'm sure
Italy, then
Villa.
to
Yeah,
come
I'm sure
back.
Villa aren't too happy about that. Surely.
No, that might with the former Bailey as well. That might see Leon Bailey getting a start on the weekend. I could see that happening.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It's just fantastic to have options everywhere.
yeah, 100%.
Because everyone's flying and everyone's playing together and the football's fluid. Everyone gets their roles. It's a brilliant time to be a Villa fan, and long may it continue.
Good to see
Quick
Duran
re
actually. get brought on as well. Sorry, have a
Yeah, all
lot of
those.
speculation about Duran and where he is and what's happening in that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It's good to see. I know there was, deleted Insta pictures and stuff like that. I just think
He was in his feelings, and
yeah, he's
he
just
was
a
feeling away.
teenager.
Like,
He's just
yeah,
a
he's
teenager who
young,
wants to
yeah.
play football. He wants to play football, and I don't think there was anything in it at all. Emery's come out and said he's injured. He probably was injured, to be honest,
Yeah,
or had a niggle, something like that. And if he wasn't, I just think, you know,
that's what we
he's
have
just
to
a
remember. He's
19 year
only
old
19.
who's
Like,
19-year-old who's just come to the country and wants to play football.
yeah,
He's just being like a bit of a teenage brat for a bit.
scored the
Just
world
get
against
over it.
Palace. He might just feel away, like them ones. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
before it's
yeah.
nothing too serious.
So I don't worry about Duran at all. He'll get his time, and it will come. Yeah, great. Really good, really good. Even that fan got a Diaby shirt as well at the end.
Yeah,
Did you see
got
that?
his got his shirt with Diaby as well, man. But it's all love, all good, man. Happy for him.
Everyone's loving life, and I know Amsterdam will be a madness tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully, Villa fans enjoy it and stay safe. Right then, having done that, we'll just have a quick review of West Ham because we missed that. We weren't able to do a recap at the time. Quick review. 4-1 again. This goals at the minute.
Why do we keep conceding goals, man? What's wrong with us?
I know, man. No clean sheet. We don't do clean sheets no
Shocking,
more.
Villa. Come on, Villa.
Need to
What's going
step it
on?
off. Can't keep a clean sheet. Put the playing at. But yeah, 4-1 West Ham. That game as well was the most impressive win for me this season in the league because
Really?
I felt like for me West Ham are such a difficult team to break down. Like Brighton, I understand they're a fantastic side on transition, but I really do think you can get at Brighton if you play, if you really play the correct tactics. I think there's ample opportunity to score goals. West Ham, it's just one of those sides I always feel like we find difficult to break down, and a lot of teams do as well. And they're very, good on the transition. They can hurt you, which as they did to Brighton at the Amex. Got a good, decent point against Newcastle as well. So I wasn't expecting that result at all.
Yeah.
Maybe 2-1, 2-1, 1-0, but to win 4-1 and first 10, 15 minutes, West Ham could have felt like they were in the game. They had that chance, which was given as offside. They were playing some okayish football, getting into some dangerous areas. But from that point, we just stepped it up that first half. And some of the passing and movement was, again, just ridiculous standard and level.
Yeah.
And yeah, the first goal summed that up. It was just brilliant play. Good intricate play between Zaniolo, Watkins and Douglas Luiz, who finishes it off. That first goal was a tremendous goal, a really good build-up as well. Yeah, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, just to touch on what you said, just agree with what you said on West Ham had the initial couple half chances. I'll say they had Bowen dribbling into the box a little bit. They had the offside chance. That was a great save from Martinez, by the way. But after that initial 10 minutes, like we started to play, we grew in confidence. And I will say Zaniolo, I thought he had a good first half. I thought he was finding great pockets to receive the ball in. He was turning, he was releasing a lot quicker, which I've said previously on other podcasts. Like that's his biggest issue for me. He doesn't release the ball quick enough. He tries to do too much, and it can like lead to us not like maximizing our chances or our transitions. But yeah, I thought he was releasing the ball quicker. And for the goal, he drags two players out wide. They free up the space for Watkins to receive on his own in the box. He plays the right pass. Watkins lays it off for Dougie, and Dougie just smashes it in, and was unlucky not to score beforehand when Areola made that wonderful save. So yeah, I was happy to see.
Ridiculous save that was.
Ridiculous
We were,
save.
we were right behind that, and that save was a joke. That was going top bins. I couldn't believe he got his hand to that, and it was behind the player as well. It was a ridiculous save. So yeah, Dougie deserves to score, and it's okay. He's taken a little nick, but he's put too much power on the strike, and he's just gone straight past him. And even then, we had opportunities to make it 2-3 that first half.
Yeah,
Some
we
of
had
the football we were playing
from the corners. We had
yeah,
the initial Watkins chance before the goal that came, which was a wonderful ball from Diaby, who is one of the best creators in the league right now, which is great to see them have a little bit of synergy. So
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. And we could have gone into that game further ahead. West Ham came a bit into it towards the end of the first half, like 5 minutes towards the end. But it was a thoroughly deserved, first half 1-0 performance. We deserved to be in the lead. Going to the second half now, and again, as I stress, I do find it weird sometimes when I'm at Villa Park. That first initial 5 minutes of the second half, when people are getting back to their seats, the atmosphere can be a bit mellow.
Yeah,
People getting back to their seats, they've had a drink or something like that, they've gone toilet, and there's not really any music playing. You get the standard, "Da, da, da, da," but there's nothing else going on. And it just seems like the atmosphere can drop and teams can latch onto that away sides and put pressure on that 5 minute, just that where there's like that lull. So I
yeah.
always think we'd need to just come out second half and start on the front foot so it gets the crowd back into it and the atmosphere back up again. And yeah, we did do that, and we got the penalty, stonewall penalty, absolute
Didn't
stonewall.
even need a VAR check or anything. We knew straight away. We
Nah,
was
she's
in
right in
what
front.
the whole. We knew what was coming. Like we could see it clearly. Like blatant
Yeah,
penalty and
yeah, right in
amazing
front of us.
play.
Yeah, it was great play. Another great build up again from Paquet, and then Paqueta gets onto the ball. He's just not even looking where he's passing, and he's just played concentrate through. And that
I
just shows
said, man,
again our centre back coming forward and trying to get on balls in the box and winning penalties.
Paqueta was just thinking, what skill haven't I done yet? What could be look good in a TikTok like little montage? And he's just like got carried
Yeah,
away. Had the ball on the had his foot on the ball for time, didn't even look and just played a pass. Paqueta, who was actually quite decent for them in the
yeah.
first half, I thought. But yeah, massive mistake for us, and we just ate
Paquet,
it up.
Paqueta was playing five-a-side on an 11-a-side pitch
Yeah,
because
he's a
he had that
joke.
one. He had that one thing when he flicked it over. Zaniolo flicked it over him, and he got it, and he flicked it back over Zaniolo.
He's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not letting you have that one.
yeah. He had a few megs in there as well, but then he got bullied off the ball a few times by Kamara,
Yeah,
put like weights him on the ball. So yeah, he was playing just a different game to the rest of the West Ham players. Um, but yeah, poor pass, Edison Alves just comes in, goes behind Konza, trips him up,
he
stonewall.
looked shocked. I don't know what he looked shocked about. Like he's almost
Oh, he's
blatant.
doing that standard, committed a foul,
Yeah.
look shot face and complain when it's a stonewaller. And that man again, man,
Doggy.
you have every confidence and faith if he's going to score.
Well, he's
And
got the
then
Al Ghazi nowadays, and he's got that Al Ghazi where you just like, do I even have to get nervous? Like,
nah, and you were
mad
loving
at
it as well because of that FPL. Them
yeah,
points were
man.
coming in.
Yeah,
Brought him in this week,
beautiful.
and he was flying
That's a
for you.
both of you, man. Yeah, definitely.
Flying two
Straight,
goals. He's just not missing. He's just not missing in
straight down the
full
middle.
confidence.
Was this the first time he's gone straight down the middle? It feels like the other ones have been like in the corners.
Yeah, so he's gone right, left, and middle. But then, where did he go? Brentford last year. Did he take one Brentford last year? No,
Don't
it
think
wasn't
yeah, no, that
Brentford.
was it. That was Ings.
Did he take one?
Took one against Hibs.
Hibs. That was it. Not
Yeah,
Brentford.
yeah, I don't
Hibs.
know where.
I can't remember. Did he go keeper's right? His bottom left. I think he
You
went that
know,
way. So I think
can't
he's
remember.
gone two that way, and he's gone right side one and then down the middle the weekend. But yeah, he's just putting
Yeah.
them wherever he wants to, and the keeper's not getting anywhere near him.
And he did the fisherman celebration, which is I'm hoping he makes that a trademark now. We need to see that.
That has to be his thing, man. That has to be his thing. That's a mean potential. If you're trying to
Yeah.
bait someone out, stick that picture on there.
But Brazil,
But yeah,
please stop sleeping on this guy now. Like that was on primetime TV. The whole world that's interested in football was watching that game. He's performed. Get him in the Brazil team where he deserves. Because we spoke about it on the last podcast. Yeah, sure, we can be like, at least he stays, he doesn't get injured. But no, man, when you're playing at the level he's playing, you deserve to be recognised by your national side. Like the last thing we want is Dougie thinking, oh, do I have to go somewhere else to get more attention for the same level of performance? Like, nah. He deserves to be starting for Brazil, in my opinion. So yeah, hopefully we see that happen
yeah,
next time.
Denise, sort it out. Yeah,
Denise,
just get him in the squad. Just get him in the squad,
stop
man.
messing about
It's
now.
fully
It's like,
deserved. Yeah, get him in time. It might change your fortunes for Copa America.
yeah, it's
But
not like they're winning every game, is it? Like,
exactly, Brazil are drowning currently. They are drowning, and Neymar injured as well. They need to get all their best players in their squad, and Douglas Luiz is one of those. So yeah,
100%
but
agree.
yeah. Anyway, conceded one of the flukiest goals, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of conceding fluky goals to West Ham. And it's just another one of those deflected, like Martinez can't get anywhere near it. Joke of a goals. It was just we were all over them. They were not offering anything, and that's how the tide of a game can change with just an absolute fluke of a finish. It looks like it's going wide. The shot initially hits Pau Torres, and it just goes in the only corner possible where it can beat Emi Martinez, like right in the far corner, like the shot
Yeah.
today. But at least that was a shot. That was a great strike. That put in the same corner. But that Jared Bowen goal was just a fluke, and it's just 4-0 the year before vibes about it, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're then thinking, what can happen there then? How can we, temper them down and go further into the game? How
I
can
have
we
to say,
stop them from coming back into it?
from our second goal to our third goal in the end, they did pretty much have a really, really enjoyable spell of the ball where they started to see. It's interesting because they only really had one real chance, which was a Bowen header from a corner. But it was more like in terms of they kept on getting their set pieces. They were like kind of like controlling the possession. They kept attacking us. We couldn't really get out that much. There was another opportunity where Antonio kind of like got past Pau, plays the ball across the box, and no one's there to like tap it in, which I thought we kind of got away with a bit. So yeah, I think with Emery's style, that will always happen. Where, say, if we're like maybe one goal up and we're happy to just sit back a bit, maybe play the 6-2-2, like we're gonna have to just accept like other teams are gonna come onto us and they're gonna try and they're gonna try and put pressure onto us, and it's hard to watch sometimes, and you're like, oh, how's this still going on? But when we can break away on transition like we did,
Yeah,
well,
the
I
West
think
Ham pressure felt worse at the time than after watching it back and how bad it actually was.
yeah,
It was more of what can West Ham do, and they're in like the final third, but they actually weren't doing anything. They were
yeah,
just
it's
putting
the
in
idea
crossing.
of them
Yeah, it was the idea
greater
of,
than
because
reality.
West Ham are a good side when they're behind and they get a goal back in it. They're usually a very good side at getting back into games, and yeah, it felt more than they actually did that they were back in the game. Number of Ward-Prowse set pieces. You're always thinking, can they score from it? Because he's such a good deliverer of the ball. But
It's the
also,
war
he's a
the
little cheat. He's a little cheat
cheat as
Ward-Prowse.
well. We
Because
saw you like
how are we checking for a penalty for a handball, and then you're putting the ball 6 yards back? The little cheat.
like VAR gave it the clue that it was how close it was, and Cash was telling the referee as well.
Yeah, that was his karma. Hit the wall because he's just a little cheated
I
it
don't know
out.
what we were nervous for anyway. Man, one of the most pathetic free kicks like I've seen in time, and like not even like at
Yeah,
least
man.
force Emmy into a save if you were like meant to be Ward Prowse, and like what's going on?
Yeah, and the ones he did score at Villa Park, we never saw them.
Oh, it didn't count, bro. Like, come on, like that
Didn't
season
count.
didn't exist.
Yeah,
Like,
didn't exist as COVID season, so they don't count. No one was there to witness them. But yeah,
what do you think of the third goal?
it's just it's the best and worst of how we play. So Pau Torres, his passing was a bit off at times on the weekend. Made some fantastic balls. One sliding into Digne, few into Watkins' feet, Diaby's feet. But he tried one too many at times where West Ham were doing acrobatic clearances to intercept them or getting their legs up. And it nearly happened again. He's tried to play a ball into feet of McGinn, and Mohamed Kudus has stuck his leg in the air. Fortunately for us, it fell to the feet of McGinn, and McGinn's just drove forward. And as we stated earlier, if McGinn has one person in front of him and there's defenders, but it's on his left side and he has to play the pass, he will find that person. He does it so many times. If you watch McGinn and he's in that position, he will find that player and create a big chance for him. And that's what he's done. And then Watkins, he's done that to Saliba, he's done that to
Yeah,
other great defenders as well. Some of these hard chances, he just laps them up. It's ridiculous.
he
The
licked
step
that.
over, the finish
He
is a
licked it.
joke.
It's a joke of a finish. That's top of the net. He
Yeah,
licked that.
absolute joke of a finish. And you've seen the videos with his striker coach, and he's hitting the ball identically to how he was when he was doing those drills. He's practicing all the time. He's of that mindset. He's always practicing. You always hear how he speaks about he wants to improve. You know, he's always working hard to improve, and I bet he is. I bet he's doing those drills over and over again,
Yeah,
and you can tell from that finish that he has been, because that's a left-footed finish, and he's just hitting. Ariola's not even seen it before it's hit the back of the net. It's a
yeah.
joke of a finish, and
He's
he
starting to
scored
feel like
some great goals on his left foot. He hits the ball clean, hits through the ball.
yeah. I was just gonna say he's starting to feel like now the perception is changing on Watkins a bit. Like he's starting to get more clout. So like he's coming off the back of the England call up where he scored. So that's attention. The Brighton game before that international break was on TV. Everyone witnessed the hat trick. Everyone saw that. To now follow it up into a West Ham game, the only game that was on at the time, the whole country was watching this game, and to score that goal, I genuinely do think now he's reaching another level of attention being received where it's just like, yeah, this guy's the guy. This is the man.
And what's mad, he hit the post last minute against Wolves, so he could have had another one. It's
Could have had
mad.
an-
Like,
He'll take the
even he
little
got
assist,
the assist,
little
even though
assist,
he
but
got the
like,
assist, it's just mad. He's
and
just so good.
he got fouled
He's
that game
so
for a
good.
penalty as well,
Yeah,
which I think
yeah, he did indeed. But he's just so good right now, and it's not even right now. He's been so good for so long,
yeah,
but he's
yeah.
just going. He feels like he just keeps going and going and going, and he's right up there now. He's a joke, and he's just a ridiculous Premier League striker.
I love that
And
he missed the
there's not
chance
many I'd
initially.
want over him. There's not many at all I'd want over him.
I love that he missed the chance initially. So like even people, even his naysayers, like, yes, we've said it on the podcast before. Who cares if he misses the chance? I know it's annoying in the moment, but you should never, never downplay your striker getting chances as a bad thing. Like, no, it's good, it's encouraging, man. You should only be nervous if they do not get any chances whatsoever. And I just love that he missed a big chance. And then he still scores in the same game because he
Yeah,
perseveres and he believes in himself and he's got confidence. And
yeah.
honestly, I'm just so grateful to have Watkins at the club, man.
He's an incredible
He
player.
signed the contract.
Yeah, yeah. He's a joke, and that's it exactly. He even spoke about himself. He said previously he'd let that chance get in his head, and he'd be concentrating on the chance he's missed throughout the game. Now he says it doesn't even bother him. He just knows that another one's going to come, and he
Yeah,
needs to be ready when that one comes. So he doesn't let him play in his mind, and you can tell that that's the case, because whether he misses or scores the next time, he's there, he's in those positions. He doesn't let it phase him at all. He's very, very level-headed in that regard,
yeah,
and
hundred
he's just a
percent.
quality player.
And it's
And
just
then,
interesting. Like he's got 10 goals and assists in 9 games in the league. Like where can
yeah,
this season end? Like it's so exciting because I don't think
so
he started a season as good as this before.
he's got 10 in all comps now.
10 goals.
Yeah,
So all it is at 10. Well, I
double. He's
know
got double digits now.
in the league only Salah's ahead of him as well, which is just so
Yeah,
interesting. He's just
yeah.
mad. He's just Mr. Ali Watkins that doesn't know how to score apparently or can't finish. He's on 5 goals and yeah, let's just hope he continues, man.
It will continue. Sally Watkins. He'll always score goals for sure. I have full faith in that. Yeah, and then the final goal that killed the game off. Final goal. That guy Leon
Leon,
Bailey. That guy
Leon,
Leon Bailey sent Aguerd to sent him to
still sending.
Narnia.
He's
Just
still going for.
he sent him to another galaxy with that turn. Aguerd went flying.
His
Right foot
legend, his
step
legs will
over.
never be the same again after that, man. Like they were crisscrossing and everything, man. Like
Yeah, he just sent him. It was disgusting. That right foot step over was disgusting, and the finish, it was all fluid. It was just like
yeah,
one movement, but it was like 3 touches. Touch it with the left, right foot step over. It was 4 touches. Left touch again, and then just to ping it top. And the finish is just
finishes.
emphatic.
There was no wasted movement in that whole passage of play from Bailey.
There
He
wasn't.
was
Bailey
crisp.
scores. Bailey scores some goals at the whole end, man.
Yeah, man.
He scores some strikes. Think of City, Brentford,
United,
United. He's hit some strikes at the hole, and that
Leeds,
one added to it.
Leeds was a
Leeds
good
as well,
finish
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, Leeds was a finish as well. Loves that far corner.
And I
Yeah,
just hope, man, like just injury free, please, Bailey, and just because we were getting I don't want to be cliche, but it does feel like a new signing if we haven't seen this version of him yet. Like we've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
parts, but if he can be consistent, it's just like, hang on a minute, wow, Leon Bailey, like, is this finally it? Like, is this his coming out party? Like, is this where he like takes off his Villa career? So
Yeah. It felt like to me last year he was playing with an injury. Well, he was worried with his injury. It really felt like he wasn't going full throttle, and he wasn't. He didn't feel like that at all last season.
yeah,
Whereas this season, he just looks like he's playing. He's getting he's beating people. He's cutting inside. He's twisting people up. He's getting the ball sometimes from the halfway and going past two people. He just looks a different player and another level. Like he's a good player, but he looks like a really, really good player now. And I think he's settled, and I think he's just really happy to be in the team, and he knows his chance is going to come again to start. And I think he'll be ready to take it once it does in the Premier League, because he's coming off the
definitely.
bench. He's been flying, and I expect him to start against Luton. I think he's done enough.
Yeah, yeah.
I really do, and I'd be surprised if he's not, because he's been
He will
quality.
probably play quite deep, so we'll need someone to try and unlock them.
Yeah,
That's okay.
exactly. So yeah, fantastic display against West Ham. You've run out of words, and it's just a madness.
Yeah,
Dean
I think
Smith
we,
was
I
there
think,
to witness it as well.
I think we
You
wrapped it
know,
up quite well. To be fair, like it's just a
yeah,
brilliant performance.
brilliant display. Yeah, so what a week it's been, and we can go into Luton if you want. Um, it's a game where you know a lot of people, fans included, pundits, everyone's going to expect us to win. We've got to win to maintain it. I remember you saying this is our most important run of league fixtures you've
Yeah,
ever
man.
seen,
Yeah, man.
and
Like,
and it is because
especially after West Ham now.
it could put us in a position that we haven't been in for years,
Yeah, it could get a bit silly, really, can't it? Like if we keep
Yeah,
winning.
yeah, exactly. So these three games are huge, and
Emery
part,
won't let them slip up. Emery won't let them think, oh, it's Luton. Like we know he studies, he shows respect to everyone. There is no way we're not going to be maximum prepared for this game.
I hope so. I hope so. And Luton have probably been the best promoted side
Yeah,
from what I've watched. Anyway, they've been
100%.
they've been getting results that you wouldn't. The Everton result, Forest last weekend. I mean, against Spurs, they played well. Spurs were lucky to win that game. So Luton have been, providing a level that is Premier League level. So they have players. They have players. Was it
Return from the
Amadeli?
camber.
Yeah, Morris, Amadeli. They can play.
Yeah,
They got
yeah.
return of
Kabore is
Marvelous,
decent.
obviously. Lucky is a decent defender as well.
Yeah,
They've got some
Kabore is
decent
okay.
players. Yeah, Kabore can play as well. So they've got some decent players in that side, and Ross Barkley probably will play as well. He'll be looking to cause an upset or do something at Villa Park. You know how Ross Barkley does sometimes. He
Yeah.
just turns up out of nowhere against some teams, and
Well, he never
it
actually
could
got to play
happen.
in front. He never got to play in front of Villa fans for Villa, did he? Like, he never
No, he
actually. That
never
never
did.
happened.
No, he never did. So
That would
this
be a
is his
bit surreal.
opportunity. Nakamba, we could just do with Nakamba, just playing a few of those passes that he
Just
sometimes used
just
to
turn
do,
up, make a mistake,
and
make
just
a mistake.
not just have a defensive masterclass, and
Yeah.
we could do that. But yeah, it'd be a difficult game. I expect them to go into a 3-5-2. I expect them to sit off us
There might
and
be
let us
6 at
have
the
the
back
ball.
after all, to be honest. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be.
yeah,
They might go
yeah.
6.
It's interesting. Rob Edwards is an interesting manager as well. Former Villa player, wasn't he? Rob Edwards. But yeah, more known for being at Wolves. But yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting game. I think we win. I'm
Yeah, me too.
confident that we win. I'm confident that we win. We just need to turn up and not take it lightly, which I'm sure we won't, because Emery doesn't let that happen, as you said. So yeah, all looking forward to that Sunday. Another Sunday game. That's how it's going to be this season. Well, for as long as we stay in the Conference League, which is hopefully to the final, it's going to be Sunday games. Forest Sunday, Fulham Sunday. It's just how it's going to roll. 2:00. That's our kickoff time. and we fared quite well in it. So yeah, big game. What are your thoughts going into it?
Into Luton.
Yeah,
Yeah, quietly confident. I know it's going to be tough to break them down, but I think once we do find the way, hopefully, then yeah, I could see us maybe scoring 2 or 3 goals.
do you know what this game is? It's a game between the two sides that have taken leads, and when they take leads, they get maximum points.
No way.
Yeah,
We
in
are
the
quite
league
good
this
with that,
year.
aren't we? Just yeah, we are quite good. It's when we
Yeah,
go down that we start facing problems. Really.
yeah. So we've done it 6 times, and Luton have done it once.
Jeez, imagine if we scored in every game now till the season finishes.
So whoever takes the lead on the weekend's got to fancy themselves. They've got
Yeah,
to really fancy themselves. 'Cause yeah, that's the stat. But yeah, looking forward to it. As is now, every Villa game, just look forward to, don't you? It's like you just want to watch us play again, and just keep the games coming. Get a nice little break as well for the Forest game. It's a nice week off because there's ESL games next week,
yeah.
so they can make the most of that and plan for that again. But yeah, just need to get the 3 points at the weekend. Puts us on 21 points. Flying. Is it 21, 22?
22.
22,
You're on
yeah, we're on
19.
19. Yeah, yeah, getting that Wolves point. Yeah, 22 points. And who knows where we could be in the next after the next 4 games when we go to Spurs. You don't know what that game could be. It could be, you know,
Say
first,
it.
first,
Say
first, second.
it.
You know, I want to say first, second, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not gonna. But it could
Nah,
well be. It could well
one
be.
game at a time, but like, yeah, you never know.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, bro, that's been a great show. Um, Thanks for joining me to recap those games and talk about the Luton one going forward. Um, yeah, great show, and let's just hope this keeps on going because it's amazing. I don't want to get off it. We don't want it to stop.
Let's go.
Just
Yeah.
continue with Villa. Keep going. You got any final words?
It's just so enjoyable watching Villa at the moment, and I just love the winning feeling. You just don't want to give it up, really. So yeah, on to
No,
Luton, and let's hope we can do the business first time.
for sure. Anyway, guys, if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you're watching live, if not, and you're watching after, thank you for watching the video. Just get it out there, give it a like, drop a comment what you thought of those performances in those games or the season so far, or any comments you want to say. Let's get it out there. I'm loving doing the videos. I know my bros and enjoying being part of them as well. So yeah, if you like the content, like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated. Thanks again, bro. Great pod, and no doubt be speaking to you again soon.
See you later, bro.
All right, in a bit, guys. Up the Villa.